I really try to make very complex and often abstract subjects like climate change not just understandable, but compelling and engaging to people who might otherwise not know and not understand and not really care about the issue. This is hard. This is really hard. And, often doesn't work. But when it does work, I think the best methods are a few. So one is to tell stories that are character-driven, characters who we can identify with, who we care about, whose lives are really affected by these issues like climate change. One of my favorite, I shouldn't play favorites, but one of my favorite characters from last season was a young man who grew up in the south of Bangladesh, whose home had been destroyed by a cyclone and who'd been forced to move to the north to make money, to make a living for his family. Beautiful smile, this guy's sweetest, most beautiful smile, and was somebody who I think Americans, Italians, Africans could identify with simply because he was somebody who we cared about. We saw how his life had really been affected. And I think this is a key method. So taking this big issue of hurricanes, for example, and saying, okay, well, they happen. They displace people, they destroy property en masse. And we see these images on the news, right, of buildings crumbling, of people being forced out of their homes. But we don't really care unless we can put a face on that, right? Unless we can tell a story of an individual person. And now it's often hard to go from this very abstract issue, this very big macro issue of climate change, to this one individual story. And as a storyteller and a scientist, it's very hard for me to say that any one individual story can portray this complex issue or all of the science. It's impossible. But what it can do is to communicate one experience that is probably emblematic of many others. And in that way, I think taking this complex issue of climate change and making it human can then engage people who maybe they didn't care about climate change, but they care about people. We all care about people. We all want to watch somebody on the screen. I kind of hate to say this, but this is human nature. We want to watch somebody on the screen go through a difficult time that they survive, are transformed by, and are even better after. Because we all have those experiences in life. We are all so challenged by so many things in life, and we want to see somebody else get through it so that we know we can get through it.